Hello, everyone. Hello, Eileen. Welcome in. Looks like I'm going to be by myself tonight. Teddy's been going to school for almost a week now, so he may not be in tonight. He's kind of wore out. Trying to get rid of the background noise. Sorry about that. Had cartoons on for the boy earlier. He fell asleep early tonight, so he may or may not be up in about an hour or so. 4 o'clock in the morning. Who knows? He may sleep all night. We'll just have to see. So we'll see about that. But Teddy's been going to school for about a week now. So he's kind of wore out, and so he's not going to be with me tonight. Hello, Piggy. So I might be doing it for myself. Hello, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. So I really don't have a topic tonight. I should have prepared a little bit better, but I almost forgot what day it is to see about. So I got set up. Got the live up late. Excuse me, I can't even talk tonight. Thank you, Eileen. I appreciate that. Thanks. That's kind of a false one because of the background I'm in. Too much glare, so I had to kind of put a fake one back there so you didn't get all the glare from the light, because the lighting's not too great. I mean, you could see me, but that's about it. I mean, I wish my house looked like that. Maybe minus the piano because I don't play, but the backdrop, other than that, I'll take it. I mean, you could probably tell by the way I look in the picture there, what y'all are seeing. I don't know. But it looks like Pooch is still running. He's been going over lately, but that's okay. Yes, Piggy, it would be awesome. But hello, Janet Homestead, where you are. Either y'all changed y'all's name or y'all are new. I'm not sure. Or you just added the Janet in front of it, because I know there was a channel, Homestead, where you are, but yeah, I'm a little confused on that one. Yeah, Eileen, I don't know either. I'm still learning everybody's times. I kind of been slacking off. I need to get back to watching everybody. Hello, Simply Jan. Welcome in. Okay. That's why I didn't recognize your name there. Sorry about that. But welcome in. Hope you enjoy it. We're not like most channels, and don't mind my stuttering. I tend to do that, or I'll repeat myself. But that's just how I am. Okay, so it was a channel I'm familiar with. You just added a name to it, but you're also new to this channel. Okay, I get what you're saying now. But we're not like howdy full blown. Welcome in. I'm glad to see you finally made it. Yes, Aileen, I am. But I just want people to be aware that, I do, because I can't think of things the right way. I do tend to stutter, or I'll repeat myself, not on purpose. It's just, like I said, the way I am. Hello, Tish. Welcome in. Glad you're feeling a little bit better, and hopefully you'll continue to feel better before the Pinecone Fest this weekend. Wish we could make it, but But we won't be able to this time, but maybe we'll meet up at one of the meetups later on. Yes, Piggy, possibly so, but I've never been a one to do like the public speeches at school or whatever. And I think that's so part of it's nerves and some of it's, just lack of things to say. But if I get quiet, it's probably because I'm trying to read a comment or something, or I'm just trying to think of something to say. But I'll try to be, as time goes by and we get more viewers, I will try to put some moderators on. I'm just trying to see who's on most often on our channel before I start putting moderators, because if you're not on quite a bit, then yeah, I could put you as a moderator, but you may not want to. It's kind of voluntarily. Eileen, that's me. I did it mostly to support my husband, because it was something he kind of wanted to do, but he didn't know how to go about it. And most people don't understand him because of his accent, so he's a little hard to understand. So that's why I do most of the speaking. And he's not much of a talker. He's more of a maybe yes, no, answer questions type deal. And I'm a little more, I talk a little bit more than he does. But he likes it, but thank you, Tish. That's actually a fake backdrop, but I wish my house looked like that. That would be real nice. I just had too much glare. That's why the background is not the real background. I was trying to keep a lot of the glare from coming through, so I figured if I put the backdrop, it would cut out the glare. That way you could still see me, but because of the light behind me and I can't reach the main light in the living room, and it's hard to turn on and off because it gets stuck. My lighting is not the same as it usually is. And with Teddy not, being wore out, I didn't want to have to ask him to come in here to do it. So he's in the room resting. Because it was tomorrow will be a full week, but of school. He seems to like it from what I'm understanding. Thank you, Tish. I appreciate it. He's good, just wore out, trying to study his little brain out, which he may be studying now. I don't know, because I think he has one more part of the book that they've been going through for that particular subject before he's got to take a test, from what I'm understanding. I think Monday will probably be his main test day, because they do like a few little tests there in the classroom. And then he's got to go take a main test to see if he can actually get certified. Most likely, full blown, most likely. It does. It gets frustrating sometimes because, when I want to go give him a kiss, he's got that big old chew in his mouth. And it's like, how the heck are you going to kiss me with that big old chew in your mouth? Not to mention the smell of it kind of, ugh. There's only certain kinds I can stand. Depending on the brand, just simply because of the fact that some of them don't smell as good as others, but I still don't like the smell at all. But that's me. And I don't do it, as you can tell. I mean, I can turn my cheeks out inside out, and you guys can see, but that might scare some people off. Oh, look, I think I dropped some. I had 9, now I'm at 7. I think it scared a couple people away. Yes, Tish. So he has said, but at least pooches is a little smaller and less noticeable. My husband always has it in his cheek and is noticeable right off the bat. So, so I'll give him that. Yes, Eileen, but at least they're a little more discreet about it. Teddy's not discreet about it. He's got chew. He's got chew. It ain't no little bit here or in even in your cheek. Yes, Tish, I agree. But there are some brands that smell a little bit better than others. Like Red Seal is one of the better smelling ones. Out of all of them, that one's probably, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Red Seal is probably the better smelling ones, but what's the one that I don't like? Copenhagen, I don't care for the smell of that one at all. It just kind of, Yes, I believe that's what they call it, Eileen. It's a chew. But I just wish he was a little more discreet about it. But getting it, through to him is a little more difficult. But that's okay. Yes, Stoker's is okay, but I don't care for the smell of it. The wintergreens do smell okay, because Teddy likes the wintergreen too. Longhorn, I can stand it more than I can the Stokers. And then Husky is the one I think he tries to find if he can't find the Longhorn. It's a little bit cheaper too. It's not too bad, but still, I think Red Seal probably smells the best out of them all that I've smelt so far. But I still don't care for the smell. That's why I won't. It's a no kissing if he's got that in his chew. And that may be why he does it, so he could keep me from giving him a kiss. Yes, Piggy, you do have to breathe. I don't know if it would work for you, but Teddy does better about his chewing if I keep beef jerky made. It's just hard because I can't always get the meat to make beef jerky. But if he has beef jerky or something he can snack on or keep his mind on something like an outside project or something, he does it less and he's less likely to do it. So it looks like you guys are all wintergreen men because we got a Stoker's, and we have a Copenhagen wintergreen, and then we have a either Longhorn wintergreen or Husky wintergreen, depending on when he can find it. So it looks like you're all in the wintergreen part of it. But what's it? I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry about that. I really hate when I lose my train of thought. But yeah, I think that's probably why he does it. It's because of the fact that he knows that I won't kiss him or let him kiss me if he's got a dip in his mouth. So who knows what's going through his head. Teddy likes the long cut, excuse me. He likes the long cut. The fine cut gets stuck in his teeth too much and he don't like it. So he likes the long cut, wintergreen long cut for like the Longhorn. I think Husky's one. I think it's just a regular long cut. But but those are the main two he uses. But he prefers the Husky if we can find it. It's just depending on whether or not they're sold out or not. Yes, Piggy. He does have anxiety, and frankly, so do I. And I'm trying to keep the anxiety down as much as I can. But it's they're a little bit better as far as my headaches, Pooch. I still get them. They haven't completely gone away. And coming to find out, if I don't have at least one cup of coffee a day, I tend to get a headache. It's I guess because I'm used to that caffeine in it, and then not drinking it causes a headache. So that it's your chill pill, huh, Phil Bowen? Teddy does too. Yes, Piggy. Anxiety is hard to deal with. I have to deal with my own anxiety too, because frankly, just because of way things that my anxiety can cause stress, or stress causes anxiety. Stress actually causes anxiety. Put it that way. So I know how hard it is to deal with. I used to have better control of it than I do now. And I've got to find a way to get it back under control myself and help find him a way to get his anxiety under control. But I would prefer to stay away from medicine from the doctors. If there's a home remedy I could find, I'd rather do a home remedy, because I've been looking to some of yes, full blown. First thing in the morning is a must. Yes, because I go out and I'll feed my rabbits, and Teddy feeds the dogs, and I come and make my coffee. But I make sure that my animals are taken care of before I have my coffee. But if I can find a home remedy for anxiety, I prefer to do it that way. Because come to think about it, we didn't have all the medicines and stuff like back then like we do now. They used herbs and things like that. That was their medicine and natural remedies. So I prefer to do it a natural remedy, with herbs and flowers and stuff that grow in the backyard or just around. Because I've been looking at what plants' medicinal purposes are. So I'd much rather do it that way than go to the doctor and then prescribe an anxiety medicine. Because then they'll be like, oh, well, okay, this medicine causes a problem, so we're going to stack another one on top of that, and this one causes a problem, so you're going to stack another one on that, and it just keeps stacking. So I prefer to stay away from that. That's just me. Other people may not see it that way, but that's up to them. Yes, it is a mind thing. Yes, Piggy, it can. Because like I said, I used to have better control of my anxiety than I do now. But it could be just all the stress and and restlessness from trying to move and everything. And we're still looking. We did get approved through the housing authority. They gave us about a month to find a place. Otherwise, we'll have to go back in and see what we can do about it. but hopefully we'll have found something by then, because Teddy has to stay here for a full month because of the fact of him being in school. So we can't move until for a month, but we got a month to find something, and then we'll go from there and see what we can do. But that's the update on where we are as far as the paperwork and things like that. And I got a call from the people that I've been dealing with to help me find a job today, and I'm gonna have to go in soon to do some more paperwork with them. I just don't know when yet, because they're gonna have to make a time to schedule. But with Teddy going back to school from noon to about 5, we thought it was going to be 9, but from him going from about noon to 5, and then nobody to keep the baby, then it's just because my father-in-law can't handle him all day, maybe for an hour or two, but he can't handle him all day. And so I really don't have anybody right now to keep the baby, so finding a job right now is difficult because of the fact that I don't have nobody to keep him, and the fact that getting people to work with his appointments, because I have one every week basically, because one will be like telequal, then the home, then telequal, then home. So it's still once a week. It's just because we narrowed his telequal therapies to every other week, so basically twice a month instead of every week like it was. So we still have it every week. It's just two different ones. But he's still going to therapy because we went back. Was it Tuesday, I believe, is when we went for the review to see if they were going to keep him in therapy in Tahlequah. They did cancel his speech therapy in Tahlequah due to the fact that they think the home therapy will be enough for speech, because he's not as far behind on speech as he is his occupational therapy and physical therapy for things like finding motor skills, for like the way he picks things up, and things like crawling, because the crawling's the physical part of it, and then occupational is more of the fine motor skills, like instead of eating his food, I don't know if you see it, eating it like this, he'll eat it like this. So kind of with the fingers, because he'll eat it, and then he's moving his hand back and forth trying to get it out of his hand, when he could just hold it like this, like pinch it and eat it. But he's not understanding how to do that. So that's what the occupational therapy is for. Just for some of you who may not know, I know some of you do know, because you may be a therapist yourself or had to go through therapy or just looked into it. So I'm not trying to say no, that none of y'all know what it is, but just in case somebody doesn't know. But so that's kind of the update on that part. So we're a little bit closer. We just got to find a place. That's the hardest part, is finding a place that has something that will at least take at least one of the dogs for now. Because frankly, people may not realize this, except for maybe Dog Man, because I know he has several dogs himself. They do help with anxiety. And Izzy kind of helps me with mine. Since my dog Lola passed, Izzy's kind of my lover now, and I can just kind of love on her, and anxiety goes away. So I guess they're therapeutic in a way because we have 4. We have 2 outside and two inside. 3 if you count my father-in-law's dog. Or 5 dogs total if you count my father-in-law's dog. Because she thinks she's ours too. At times. Just like a little bit before the live, she was over here loving on me. She's got to have her daily attention from me. But we have a Blue. He's a blue heeler, Irish setter. And then we have Dan, he's the oldest one. He's 11, I believe, 11 or 12. He's an American Black and Tan Coonhound. And then we have Baby Dog. He's a deer-legged Chihuahua. And then we have Izzy, and she is a blue heeler Australian Shepherd mix. And then there's Sissy, my father-in-law's dog, who is a blue heeler Australian Shepherd mix. And the Izzy and Sissy are sisters. They're from the same litter, even though they look different because they're in coat-wise and stuff like that. But they're from the same litter. We did not get to meet the dad when we went to pick up Izzy because of the fact that he was a scaredy cat and he was hiding. But Mom was one of those social ones that, and that's kind of the way the 2 dogs are, because Izzy's the one that likes to be around people, pet me. And whereas Sissy's a little more skittish. So she'll probably hide or come close to one of us. Just because that's their personalities. Kind of like, kids pick up their personalities from their parents. Dogs are the same way in a sense. They pick up, they have their own personality, but in a way, some of their personality is the way their parents might be. But that's, still love them, even though I think we can be honoring. And 2, if you're not careful, they'll terrorize the house. I have to make them go outside at times because of the fact that they get too rambunctious. And they like to, they'll get too close to the baby, nearly knock him over or whatever. And so we have to kind of limit the playing in the house because they get too rambunctious. But they're still young though, so that's why. They'll calm down a little bit when they get older. Most dogs do. I say about 3, but my boxer mix I had, she was about 4 or 5 before she actually started calming down. But, she passed away just due to the fact that she was old and having issues. I'm going to have to change my position here. You can't see nothing but my face there for a second. Okay. I heard the dogs. Sounds like they're just getting them something to drink. Excuse me. Y'all are awful quiet now. Probably just listening, I presume. But we've been in for almost 30 minutes now. It's kept at about 6 steadily. That's good. But I think I scared a couple of them off. I know Tish probably had to go to sleep. Full blood, I know you said you'd be busy, so I didn't expect you to comment much. Because I know you said you had some stuff to do before y'all went to the Pinecone Fest, which is understandable. But I appreciate you listening at least. I know Tish is probably laying down trying to recover before the weekend, so So she's probably in bed. I understand that, Eileen. That's what I should have been doing today, is getting things caught up. But today it just seems like I have had no energy whatsoever. I will just see Lisa. I'll tell him for sure. He'll appreciate that. You sure you're not good crocheting, Piggy? That's okay. I crochet too sometimes. I've been working on the blanket for my son. I had started when I was pregnant with him and never got to finish. I just accidentally forgot about it after we moved by accident. Yes, Piggy is. But generally I have a little bit of energy to do some things. But today it just been one lazy day. Because like I said, I've had no energy. Because I've been out. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been out the last 3 days with my mother-in-law. Trying to get some things ready for the boy's birthday coming up next month. And kind of getting things he needs, like a coat. So just trying to make sure he's got what he needs. Okay. Well, hey, if you're lazy every day, that's a good name. It fits. Thanks, Tish. Mental health conference. Okay. Hello, Score 113 guy. Welcome in. I don't think I seen you earlier, but welcome in. If I missed you. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to see if I can't look into that and see if maybe I can get to agree to that. Because Teddy don't really like doctors or therapists, but he has his reasons for that. Which I understand. I mean, I don't really like them myself. That's why I just trying to keep mine in check as much as possible. But hopefully we'll have some more videos out with. I know I haven't had many out, but that's just due to the fact that we were trying to figure out if we're going to get to move or not. I know we put the train one out. That was kind of one of those things that we took a little bit of time off from the deal and from trying to find everything, and we had a little bit of time, and we got invited to go, so we went, and we politely asked the owner if we could record, and because we're not, when it comes to somebody else's property or something like that, I don't want to offend them by just recording. So we did get permission to record that on our train video, just so you know. Okay, Tish. Maybe he'd be more open to that. I'll have to check with him, see if do you know about what time they're going to do it? Because it might conflict with his school schedule, because he'll be still in school on October 8th. That's still the only issue that might arise, that unless because he goes at about noon, so it'd have to be either after 5 o'clock when he gets home, which would probably be about 6 or 7 when he gets home, or before noon, because he leaves here about 10:30, I think. So if I can, I just have to look into it, see if I can't figure out the time so that it's not conflicting with his school schedule on that. That's the only worry I have about that, because he's still technically in school. I think he'll be going till about the 21st, I believe. 21st of October. And I've got to get back into finding a place tomorrow. Call some more people to see if they got anything coming available. Okay, then it might not. Because I don't know if he'll be going to school Saturday or not. I didn't realize it was a Saturday. I guess I should have looked at the calendar. I was thinking it was a weekday. So he might be willing to then if he doesn't have school on that day. We still don't know about the weekends because he just started Monday. So thank you, Tish. We appreciate it. I guess since COVID, everybody's trying to get help and filled up a lot of places, and so some people have moved, and it's been new tenants, and some of them just haven't moved or wanted to move, and then some of them are having places come. Last time I checked was about 2-3 months out, so it's been almost a month since I had called, and that's when they said that. So maybe they'll have a place becoming available. So we'll see. I'll call them back and see when they think we'll have anything available. Because, like I said, we've got about a little less than a month now to find something. And most of them don't like to answer on weekends just because, it's their day off, which I don't blame them. So we'll see. I'll get back with some of them and find out. But I'm not giving up. Yes, score one with the big guy. Hopefully. It's just because, we're looking at a couple of locations. One of the locations I know we'll be able to keep the home therapy and the help that we're getting. One of the locations, I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep the home therapy and all the help we're getting. I know the housing authority would be able to keep, but as far as like the others, I don't know. That's remained to be seen because I still have to talk to his home therapy and see if one of the locations we're looking to move to is in their jurisdiction, because they only have certain jurisdictions of where they will go for home therapy. So I'm trying to keep all that into within our means so that I'm not losing his home therapy, because home therapy does help us quite a bit because we don't have to travel outside of the home to it. But if we move closer to his therapies, then it won't really matter. But I know that they still do it there. And frankly, I don't really say this, but one of his therapists there in Tahlequah I didn't care for. We had an incident where we had got the police called out to the house. I was at the work at the time, and I guess this person was claiming to be the grandparent. And so the police came out here to check on the little boy, which, he's well taken care of and everything. and we had confronted the grandmothers to see which one had done it, and none of them. So we'll see if So, but I suspect it might. Hello, Life with Blended Cook. Good evening to y'all. Um, see, see if it was them calling in, and they all told us no. But I think it might have been one of the therapists, because she seemed a bit. I don't know. Something about her just wasn't right with her. It wasn't clicking right with me. Now the other ones I don't have a problem with. I'm fine with. It's just that one. Something about her just wasn't hitting right. So she may have called and to see what our reaction. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really like it because I know my son's well taken care of and he has everything he needs. I mean, yeah, he's grown out of his clothes, but I'm working on getting things that he needs. So, I mean, it's not like I'm neglecting him or anything like that. I do take care of him and I try to make sure he has everything he needs. But he's a grown boy, so he's going to grow out of clothes. So his coat that he had doesn't fit him no more. So, winter's coming around, get him another coat. Just that simple. Okay. I'm missing some comments. Okay. All right, Eileen. Good night. I appreciate you coming in. You get you some rest and have a good day. I know you guys are kind of busy. Good to see you back in the live. I know I haven't seen you in the last couple times, but it was good to see you. All right, Tish. Good night. You have a good evening and have fun at the Pinecrest Fest, but get to feeling better first. That's the main priority. Get to feeling all the way better. And we'll see y'all. Well, maybe next week if you're in. I know the Pinecrest Fest goes over the weekend. So I don't know if y'all be gone the whole week or not. Because I know y'all's live comes on right before mine. But Isabel, get out of that. Izzy. I'm sorry, the dog's into something she shouldn't be. I gotta go for just a second. Isabel, drop it. Where'd you go? Oh, dear Lord. Sorry about that. The dog was into something. Had to go get her. Crazy dog. Here lately she's been getting in the trash and stuff like and she knows she's not supposed to. But so I gotta get on to her, make sure she knows that she can't do that. So I apologize, guys. Normally I have Teddy to kind of back me up and talk to y'all while I do things like that, but I understand that he's tired because there's a couple of nights ago, little man had woke us up. I think at 4. No, it was 2. He woke us up at 2 o'clock, and he did not go back to sleep. He kept us up. And Teddy had to go to school, and I had to take him to his therapy. So, we're still trying to recover from that too. Okay, did I miss anybody's comment? I seen Tish saying goodnight because she's gonna rest. Okay, full blown city still listening and still working. Don't work too hard, full blown. Don't want you to wear yourself out too much, because you still need to rest up before you leave. I mean, I know that's probably why you said taking it easy tomorrow. I'm probably leaving about 10. But if you're up too late, you won't want to even leave at 10. You'll probably leave about noon or 1 o'clock. Okay. Hello, Blended Chuck. Life with Blended Chuck. I don't know if I said hello to y'all yet or not. Welcome in. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. I think I said hello to Simply Jen. I'm not sure, but hello, just in case. But yeah, I do apologize for leaving like I did. Like I said, dog was innocent. Well, you might work your fingers to death. Who knows? Because you still have to, whether you're designing a shirt or not, you still have to move them fingers to get the design the way you want it. You can't deny that. You might be sitting down, but you can't deny the fact that you have to use your fingers and hands. Well, I understand that. Like I said, I should have been working on things today, but I just hadn't had the energy, and that's not really like me. But because generally I'll do a little bit. I gotta catch back up on my laundry and get the floors cleaned back up and things like that. So maybe tomorrow I'll be able to get some of that. Easy, bony fingers. You get bones. Because if you work it to the bone, fingers to the bone, you get bony fingers. I mean, that's practically what mine are anyway. I mean, it may not look it, but I mean, it's just basically bone with skin over it. It looks like I'm losing people. Of course, I know some people are going to bed. No, Aileen and Tish said that they were, which I don't blame them. Tish was still not feeling herself. Plus, she's generally teaches the next morning, so she goes to bed a little bit on the early side. And Eileen, I know she's got to get up early, so I know that those two generally aren't about. They'll stay with me for about 30-40 minutes, and then they leave, which is fine. I understand everybody's got their schedules. And no, actually, I have not. That was just. I didn't even know that was a song, but I guess I'm gonna have to look that one up. And good luck with remembering the words there. But yeah, so that's kind of news to me on that one. I generally I would just guessed, and then, because I mean, in a way, it told what it was in itself. If you think about it, think about the phrasing of the word. It told you what it was without actually giving you the answer. Oh, that's cool. I'll do the granny squares and work on the granny square books, but right now I'm just working on a simple half double stitch blanket, where it's just two different colors. I'm doing a red and a black for my son. If I pull it over here, I don't know if you'd be able to see it or not. I can try though. It still needs some work. And I've been trying to catch up on some of the mending that needs to be done. Teddy's got some shirts that's got some hole on it. But hold on. Let me see if I can't lay this to where you can see it. Okay, you can't even see me. Okay, let me get it in the light. With this background, you can't really see, can you? You might be able to see it a little bit, but it's just a simple two-color line. It depends. I actually have a book that kind of helped me with it, and the half double stitch is easier for me. I mean, I can do this simple, just chain one, too. And it took me a while it took me a little bit to learn the half double stitch. And thank you, Simply Jan. Glad you could make it in and get you some rest. Let's see if I can find the book. I know it's down here at my feet. I'll show you, Piggy, which one it is. It's also got some patterns in it. It's also got some patterns into it. But then again, you can kind of see it. I don't know. I don't really like this background. I might have to take it off if I can. I don't know that I can. Let's see. So I can take the background off so you can see it better. Can y'all see it better? And yes, I do watch some channels, but the granny squares is what my mom's mom taught me. My grandma on my mom's side taught me. She taught me how to do the granny squares, so that's why I know how to do those. But this book right here that I'm showing you, it's good for both right-handed and left-handed people. Let's see. This is the right-handed stitch. This is the simple one that you do. Here's the double. There's a double and there's a half double, I believe is what it's called. Let's just see if I can find the. Okay, there's the chain stitch. So I can find it. Now, ones like the broomstick lace and stuff are a little bit harder to do for me to do. See, here's some of the patterns that the should give you. One's a scarf, and one's like a bag or whatever. And then they have like different types of scarves, ponchos, things like that. Mittens. I know it said I have to go in here somewhere. But yeah, there's different stitches in there. That's part of it. I looked at that and was learning from that too. I actually got that book when I first started. Before I actually learned about the channels that actually do it to help you learn. So I kind of watch the channels too, and that helps a little bit. But I haven't been able to. I haven't tried any potholes or anything like that. But so you're probably a little further ahead. I just know one different stitch than you do, probably. And I bet you, what's her name's got his, Rebecca's got us both beat. I know she's got me beat. I ain't gonna lie. But that's okay, but I've kind of split my time too, with the crocheting, the mending of my husband's clothes because he refuses to get rid of the shirts with holes in them. So I just stitch them up and let him continue wearing them. But he's got enough shirts though. I'll make sure he's got plenty of clothes. And I will, Pooch. You get you some sleep, all right? I've been on here in almost an hour anyway. So I'm surprised he's not coming in here and telling me he's ready for bed. Unless he already fell asleep. Yes, Piggy, and that's kind of the reason the YouTube channels are one of the ways I learned about making soap. I was just kind of messing around looking at things and came across them and was like, ooh, I'd like to learn to do that, But in the quilting, my great-grandmother taught my grandmother, and my grandmother taught me. So it's kind of passed down. Because that was actually my dad's mom's mother-in-law, or more accurately, my dad's mom that started it. Because she used to make them all the time here in town. Good night, Pooch. You have a good night. And then my grandpa's mom taught his wife, which would be my grandmother, and my grandmother taught me. So, and I'm trying to continue it, and right now it's just Justin, but Justin or any other future kids we may not have want to learn, then I will teach them if they want to. But not very many men are interested in things like that. Which is fine. It's not, that kind of stuff is not a typical man thing. Piggy, you're one of the special ones that don't mind. Most men are rather go out in the do woodworking or work on a car, or I know you like work on cars and stuff because I've seen a couple of your videos where you're working on your guys' vehicles. But like I said, not many of them will pick up a crocheting needle and crochet or go to a sewing machine or anything like that. But so it's just taking the time to learn, and I'm sure you will in time, Piggy. Just kind of like I am. I'm starting to expand my soaps. I made laundry soap the other day and sent some home with my mother-in-law, um, so she could try to see if she likes it instead of uh, so I've added laundry soap to my list. Um, so that's what now, the bar soap, the laundry soap, and the candles now. And then I bought some batting for some baby quilts that I'm going to be starting pretty soon, maybe. Depending on how well I can divide my time, probably be in the evenings when I can't get a hold of nobody, because I'm going to have to spend my time trying to get a hold of people to see if they have anything and if they will at least take one of the dogs. I mean, they got paperwork to prove that they're certified for what they call an emotional support dog, but a lot of people still uh yes, it is kind of relaxing to do it. My problem is my fingers start to hurt when I do it too much, because maybe it's the way I do it, because I do it a little bit differently. Um, but that's just the way I am. Everybody. I don't, instead of pulling it through like they do all with one hand. I use both hands, kind of like knitting, but I don't knit, so I can't knit. I've tried to do that once and never could figure that one out. Even though I know you use both hands in knitting, but it's so, doing things like soaps and the blankets are a little easier on my fingers. But that's me. Like I said, everybody's different. you know and I think my mother-in-law said she has nerve damage in her hands, so it's hard for her to work too. But yeah, it's just something, as time goes by, I noticed that since I've had my son, standing on my feet as long as for 8 hours a day or longer is kind of, they start to hurt more. But I don't know if it's because I had worked all through my pregnancy, pretty much. Because besides appointments, I was always at work. I was always on my feet. I hardly ever sat down. Um, and of course, he came a week early, but he's still considered full term. And things have not been the same. Um, but that's okay. I know having kids changes you mentally and physically. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love my kid to death. Yes, Piggy, I understand that. I probably better be going. I've been on here an hour, 4 minutes, and people are getting tired, and I'm kind of getting tired myself, frankly. So I think I'm gonna call it a nine anyway. But thank y'all for being here, and thank you guys so much for showing up. I hope you enjoy, and maybe things will get back together when Teddy gets a little more time. I don't know. I told y'all earlier, it might be just me for a while. Ben's, he's going to school. But y'all have a good night, and thank you for coming in, and we'll see you next week. Thank y'all.